Hi, How to Make Your Dreams Come True is a short narrative film about a young man who wants to physically control what happens in his nighttime dreams, only to realize that his dreams became too true and, most importantly, inescapable. Now, on a Monday morning, Jeff and Quentin sit at the Borders dining hall having breakfast before school starts. Now, while Quentin is enjoying his meal, Jeff keeps persuading him to believe that he already had controlled his dream and had an amazing nighttime dream adventure last night. Now, Quentin doesn't believe him, but Quentin proposed that if Jeff teaches him how to do it, he will believe him. Now, being the typical teenage attention-seeking high school student, Jeff reveals his secret. A few days later, Quentin succeeded to control his dreams, just as Jeff did. He was able to realize that he was dreaming. He was able to change the look of other people's face, making them look ridiculously funny. And most importantly, he was able to punch his rugby coach-sized math teacher, whom he hates so much, and gets away with it because it's just a dream. And this is making a lot of other boarders around the boarding house interested, intrigued, and wondering, how did he do it? And being forced and pressured to tell the secrets, Jeff finally reveals his secret to everyone else on how to do it. Now, a few weeks earlier, Jeff started practicing dream controlling. He first prepares a pen and a small notebook on the side of his bed. And then he sets his alarm clock to 3 o'clock in the morning. And then he goes to sleep. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, the alarm goes off. Jeff wakes up and he quickly writes down what he was dreaming at that moment down to the notebook. And then he falls asleep again. At the morning, he wakes up and he also writes down what he was dreaming about just then. The following night, Jeff reads his dream off his little notebook from the previous night. And then he falls asleep again, thinking about that dream. 3 o'clock in the morning, he wakes up from his alarm clock and he writes down what he was dreaming about. Goes back to sleep, wakes up in the morning, writes down what he was dreaming about. Jeff repeated this over and over again every single night. And the point is to try to condition himself to dream of one environment and one environment only. So therefore that environment will get more detailed and more realistic over time. And on a particular Sunday night, he wakes up in the middle of the night. He stands up, takes a deep breath and holds it in. And then he vaguely from his ear hears a slow breathing noise fading in. And that moment he realizes that he can hold his breath as long as he wishes, and that he was in his dream. He walks out of his room and sees his friend dressed in animal suits and doing ridiculous things. He strolls down the empty boarding house, messing around with the furniture, messing around with everything, knowing that in the morning when he wakes up, it's going to be fixed, until he encounters his rugby coach-sized math teacher, Mr. Maxwell, who Quentin also punched in his dream. And Mr. Maxwell, dressed up as Hulk with green paint on his face, suddenly chases after Jeff. Panicking in fear, Jeff suddenly wakes up from his dream. As he wakes up, it's already Monday morning. Jeff strolls down to the dining hall where Quentin is already sitting down, having breakfast, and Jeff sits across him and starts to tell him how he made his dream come true.